Hello, I'm back. It has been quite a while since we've done any videos, and there is good reason for that because we have been shifting. We've had a big Christmas holidays and time away, and we've just been super busy, but we're back now. If you haven't seen me before or you're new to the channel, I'm Bonnie and I film penny pinching tips, mostly grocery hauls, and I also just do little projects around the house. But like I said, we have just shifted, and so we've got a whole new load of projects that need to happen. At some point, when the house is a little bit more tidy, we might do a house tour and go through the projects that need doing here. And I mean, we've just shifted in, so there is still stuff everywhere. But the main thing that I noticed, which I thought I would take you along for the ride, was that when I shifted in, all the pantry food and everything just got put into the cupboards, and I realized there's just sort of stuff everywhere. There's mixed food. So I thought for the next couple of weeks, I'll just use what we have in the pantry, slowly organize it, and sort of amalgamate all those little, half-used foods that got to the back of the pantry. They're a bit old, maybe clear out anything that is sort of past its use by date and things like that, and just clear out the freezer. It is sort of the harvest season just finished, so there's been a lot of processing of food that's happened, so that's all gone in. Basically, it's a catch-up video of what we've been doing. If there's any footage, I'll be showing that now. We basically did a lot in the school holidays. We've had a big hot summer with mixed weather. We have had a couple of cyclones and some serious wind and rain and a little bit of flooding nearby over the last sort of 6 months since we've had a video. But now it's been pretty brilliant. As you can see, my little tree out here is starting to change colour because it is autumn. Here's the video. So as you can see, the pantry is it's a mess. We just shifted and I just threw everything in just to get the job done, but it really needs a good sort. So this is a chance to have a look at what we have. A lot of snack food up here. I've got a few canned goods, or home canned goods here, and store canned goods there. So I kind of need to eat through any bitsy things like the end of jars so we can clear this whole pantry area. So yeah, I have a lot of cans here. My cousin just gave me a whole lot of corn, so we probably need to think of a few corn recipes. I've got some potatoes and onions in here and more corn, and this is a big thing of pears. So I've got a couple of things of peanut butter that could be used up, and my fridge is pretty standard really. Got a wee bacon and a ham here and lots of condiments. Got a little bit of yogurt. We've got some apples that could do with stewing. These are cooking apples, so they're just slightly sour. These came off my mum's tree, but they're a little bit sour to eat. They're better and a little bit floury, so they're better for cooking, and they're quite big. A couple of pears. I have plenty of powdered milk, and the freezer, I pretty much got this freezer and the outside freezer, but we have some sausages, plenty of, sort of got lots of rhubarb and things like celery and some of my stewed fruit, so there's plenty of that kind of food. And I believe I have this loaf of bread and a couple of more out in the other freezer. And there's some pureed fruit of some kind there. And I even have basil out of my garden here, which I mixed with garlic and oil. So theoretically I should be able to snap a piece off and use that in something like, your pasta sauce and things like that. And that's pork chops. Oh, this here was actually delicious. It's a smoked cheddar cheese. So I actually grabbed two and froze one, but I just grab a handful out. It's kind of quite broken up, so it's handy just to put a bit on a pizza or something. This freezer here is our outside freezer. So I've got feijoas, black boy peaches, plenty of bread. This is blanched corn. And under here is, that is black boy peaches and corn. And below that is the last, probably maybe about a third left of the meat we got last year. So a whole lot of, it's mostly mince. And I think there's a couple, maybe a corned beef and a couple of roasts and just a bit of that. So there's plenty of red meat. The only thing we're kind of missing is probably like maybe fish or chicken, because you can't. So after checking the cupboards for all of our supplies that we need to use up, I've sort of made a list of the things that sort of need using soonish. And I also thought of some ideas that I should try to make from scratch, just to extend that couple of weeks of the ingredients. We have plenty of sort of beef type mince, and a little bit of other proteins here. And these are our pantry staples that we've got to pull from. Plenty of sort of, rice and noodles and pasta. I just brought a thing of, I think it was 1.5 kilos of sugar last week. And I have self-raising flour, things like that. And as I sort of use things up and start to have a good look and organize the cupboards, I'm going to add to my shopping list. So I'm hoping that I'll do this for 3 weeks, and I'm allowing myself $100 a week. So if I don't shop for 3 weeks, that will be $300. And then I'm going to allow to spend $20 on fresh fruit and lunch items, because I think that is the only thing that we really need. So if there's any good recipes, I'll share them with you guys, and I'll let you know how I go with not shopping for 3 weeks. We have plenty of breakfast food, so we will be having just the usual oats, toast, wheat bix. I've got fruit. Sometimes I don't have breakfast, I have more like a brunch, so that comes into the lunches. The thing I am a little worried about is the fresh food for school lunches. We do have plenty of bread, and I can make sort of like, muffins or scones or anything like that to go in those, but generally she has crunchy fruit and veg, so I may have to include that in the $20 budget. I do have 11 eggs, so I should have 5 spare eggs for some lunches. I've got a ham, I've got a pizza in the freezer, and I will need to buy yogurt for the week as well. So that is the plan, and wish me good luck for the next 3 weeks. I did just use an old diary page because I got myself a diary for Christmas, and I think it's pretty cute. Okay, so I'm here at Countdown. I'm going to try and do my $20 shop. I don't know if that was the right decision, because Pack and Save is more expensive, but if I am shopping at Woolworths, sometimes the clearance area is quite good here. Sorry, I am just not doing well this morning. It's early after school drop off. We'll go and do this shop now. These eggs were a great price. I was just comparing the price of buying the yogurt singly, but they ended up cheaper in the 10 pack. This clearance area is a bit small today. Well, here's our little shop for $20.76. So I ended up with the 10 pack of yogurts, which actually will do us 2 weeks, which is great. Now those little tubs of yogurt I have can now be eaten on breakfast, so I don't need to buy any more yogurt for 2 weeks. I didn't intend on getting eggs, but like I said, I've probably only got 3 spare eggs for the 2.5 weeks, and These were $4.81, which is really cheap. The use by date is the 5th of May. This is the thing that's popped us over the budget of $20 because this was $1 on special for $1.39, and I had to try this caramel Oreo. We do have guests coming this week for the night, so I mean we've got a treat now, but let's face it, I wanted to try them. And we've got a little bit of fruit for the week. This banana, we've got 2 for the next 2 days, and this one will be yellow by the time the 3rd day comes along, and we'll just have half each a day, and that will get us through the week for fruit. And I did almost buy these little crunchy mini cucumbers. They were $5.50 for a pack. That was a big portion of our budget. We still have gherkins. I've got a pepper in there, a capsicum pepper. I think they're called bell peppers in America, but they're a sweet pepper. She can have that and a bit of carrot. So she's got plenty of crunchy veggies for her lunch. We have these. I still have some grapes, and we have apples and pears and lots of canned fruit. So we've got plenty of fruit and veg for lunches and for teas in the freezer. And that's the shop. I decided to make the buffalo wing style roasted cauliflower, so we had this for tea. And this is how our plate looked. It was a bit of an easy tea night that night. And this was my brunch the next day because now I had extra eggs. I had eggs on toast. And I made this cottage pie out of some of our mince, and this did us for 2 nights, plus I froze one for another night. And that's it for the video for this week. We've done quite well to spend $20 and get through. I'll let you know how we go next week for our $20 challenge. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Ta-ta.